dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say,
Thank you, Raina, for singing that so beautifully. Now let's head to Pennsylvania with Pastor Zach Woods for today's invocation.
Hello, and I am excited to offer today's invocation for the competition today. Before we dive into some Sim Rap Guy Cup Series action, let's spend a moment in prayer together, shall we? Let's pray together. Almighty God, I thank you for the opportunity to pray over the competition tonight, to pray over those who are in the booth, to pray over those who pour into so much time and effort to make this Cup Series go around. Lord, I thank you that you have blessed the competition with the means to come together under their shared passion of racing and competition tonight. Lord, we cannot do this honorably without your help. And so as tensions rise and maybe angers flare, I pray that you might bless the field with a sense of fairness, a spirit of calmness, and yet one that still spurs upon competition. We want to honor you with how we act and how we drive, how we broadcast, and how we show our passions this evening. And so, Lord, I pray that whether we are at a super speedway or a short track, an intermediate, or anywhere in between, oh Lord, wherever the setting might take us, let us race honorably. We ask of that blessing tonight. We ask that we might honor your name and who we are and how we race. And all the glory and the honor of tonight's broadcast goes to you. We thank you, God, for the opportunity to meet new friends, to share in passions of racing, and to make this time about you. In your Son's name we pray, in Christ's name. Amen. Thank you. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thank you, Pastor Zach. Now let's head trackside with Lugo the Lugnut for today's command to start your engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hello race fans and welcome to Sim Racing Media. We are live here, Phoenix Raceway, ready. Top it off, hot sauce, EOL, Race Rap Guy Cup Series. The Marine Tour 5, round number 11 on the season, only on Sim Racing. Yeah. Liam Irving joined up in the booth by Alan Herndon. Alan, how you doing here today?
It is Phoenix. I'm doing wonderful, but it is Phoenix, and I tell you what, we're in store for an exciting race here tonight as 22 drivers are going to go 200 laps around this 1 mile dog leg shaped oval they call Phoenix. And not only that, but it's tax day, and these guys are going to be paying that tire tax on pit road because we're going to come down that back straightaway, and you're going to leave coming into that tri-oval. So get ready. You don't want to burn your tires off and pay that tire tax too early. You want to pay that tire tax just right. But hey, happy tax day.
Yes, to all those who celebrate. Thank you, Alan. That's fantastic insight. A lot of things to be looking forward to here tonight. But before we get that headed your way, and starting line up. On the pole today. On the pole today, Greg Wood Jr. with Zach Woods to his outside. Tyler Bentley in P3 with Ricky Gonzalez. For Peyton Holland and Ryan White, picking up 5th and 6th with Noah Jackson and Matt Davies in row 4. Dalton McKenney and Brett Bullard round out your top 10 here today, followed by Christian Rose and Patrick McQuaid. Jeff Kleinsma and Caleb Collins in row number 7, followed by Wes Fuller, Cole Martin in that Menards 45. Justin Hutchison, Tim Henderson, row number 9. Matt Teasley and Bill Hagan round out your top 20. Matt Metler and Christopher Tate going to round out the field here today. We've also got Adam Stewart. A little bit confused. Right, we are hearing that Christopher Tate was actually not eligible to start this one, so that's why we saw 2 drivers starting in at 20. Got that light up there, stopping him. What that is about.
It might be an iRacing thing.
Put the tower up. It'll kind of get that for me.
It's kind of like when the check engine light comes on in the car, and you just put a picture over it.
Put a sticker on it. Make sure it looks pretty. Make sure it looks nice. You may be the only viewer behind the wheel, but you want to see something nice. Speaking of seeing something nice, Greg Wood is nothing in front of him except for the starter stand waiting on the green flag. And sponsored by Milwaukee Tools, the green flag is out. And already we're going to see a muffler man caution.
Oh, no.
Big crash here into turn number 1. Right here on the start, Caleb Collins with damage. And the muffler man caution is out just as soon as the Milwaukee Tools green flag has come out.
Cold tires, hot track. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to figure out where exactly that started. I saw the 18 getting sideways. Peyton Holland got some hefty damage on a very, very fast race car. Yeah, 18 got sideways and right back up the track in front of Ryan White. Matt Dave got a piece of it. Cole Martin. They've actually been side incident. 45 mission. Big crash. Johnny Williams like saying good luck to Southern Grit Motorsports. Good to see you, Johnny. Hoping to see you out here on the racetrack today. Especially given the fact that we couldn't watch you for very long last week. We were hoping to get you a little bit more TV time today, but keep that in mind for the next time you show up. And forward to seeing you, Johnny. Good luck, Greg, from Mandy Glaze, 8201. Here for Greg, but not a great start here. Many drivers outside top 10.
There you see all the drivers on pit road that were just involved in that accident. And that's the last thing you want to do is get buried early on one of these short tracks. Even though it's a mile, it's still a short track in itself.
Peyton Holland here. Obviously, the first driver to go around to get sideways there. He's going to have to serve a penalty. Coming back up out of the pits after getting a little bit of that damage repaired. But that is not a car that is going to be up to par. Very, very unfortunate deal to have so many damaged race cars here in the early laps. It looks like Ryan White has already put it on the hauler. Jim Henderson, Matt Davies, and Cole Martin are still in the pits. Comes to lead lap drivers. We started with 21 and we're down to 14. Zach Woods, Greg Wood Jr. Give this logo another chance to show up. Otherwise, we're gonna have to get a system fixed for next week. Milwaukee Tools green flag is back in the air. So didn't show up proper, so we'll fix that in just a few moments. This time, everybody gets through the dog leg. Okay. We'll look towards the back here. Looking at Teasley. Moving back. Greg Wood. Off of turn number 2. He's got about 2 car lengths over Zach Woods. Tyler Bentley in 3rd. Ricky Gonzalez. Ultimate McKenney works his way into the top 5 after starting in 9th. 1 green flag lap complete. Biggest mover already is the Welts Clothing Machine of Adam Stewart in the 4 machine.
Yeah, Adam Stewart. Adam Stewart doing a nice job moving up to the field here. And he's already at 14 spots. But how about a guy riding in 2nd position right now? Zach Woods. Well, as I say that, Greg Wood Jr. goes ahead and sets the fastest lap.
There for Johnny, the power supply went out on his. Going to be essentially out of commission for a little while there, Johnny. That really does stink. Want to see you out on the racetrack as much as possible. You're fun to watch in that 7 machine. Speaking of fun to watch, this Battle of Kleinsma getting around the 14 there of Christian Rose. Adam Stewart trying to work his way up through. He's up 15 now, and if he can get around Kleinsma, that'll be 16th position. But Jackson also working his way in this top 10. There goes Kleinsma scraping the wall. That gives Stewart a chance to look down to the inside. Oh, man! Kleinsma got down there and said, "You're not getting down here this time, bud."
He shuts the door on him.
I am that door on him. Tyler Bentley able to move up into 2nd place. Seems to be fast. Might be quicker than that 67 at this stage in the game.
Oh, Johnny Williams ain't going to be out of commission too long. Says he's got a new one. We'll be here tomorrow.
Ooh, buddy. See you next week then.
Well, one guy I can tell you right now, that double nickel, Tyler Bentley, he is all over that 67. There's the eyeball test from the roof of the double nickel. Be patient. It's a short track. No one cutting the dog leg up here in the front. We're going to drive down the hill, drive back up the hill. Got our lap number 11 at 200. It's a long race. Still got a long way to go.
Well, Jackson tried to get around Kleinsma now. Able to get around Adam Stewart after that little moment between the 15 and the 4. But now Noah Jackson looks outside. Decides not to cut that dog leg. That's going to give him momentum. That shorter distance the inside allows Kleinsma to hold on to that gap, at least for now. Here comes Noah Jackson. Looking down to the inside. He's got a good run coming up off of turn number 2. Kleinsma gets loose into the wall. Put Noah Jackson back up into 6th. Starts moving the right direction after a couple of times getting past here in the opening 12 laps.
Yeah, Noah Jackson, always one of those drivers to watch out for week in and week out. As he continues to march forward, he started in 7th, he's up to 6th, and he's coming for the top half of that field.
Wants to get up there. Meanwhile, Zach Woods wants to try to keep this 11 machine behind him of Ricky Gonzalez. Got a pretty bare basic paint scheme. We'll that a refresh under the commercial to make sure that that's not my fault. Might be. Wendy Jackson Memorial number 60. Zach Woods. Definitely love to see bring a personal cause to the racetrack. Plenty of opportunities to do that with the Charity Cup Series that runs once a month on Sundays. Racing media, I know that's one that near and dear to my heart. Every time I get the chance, I race for my niece. Passed away from a heart condition. Yeah, dog, I'm a sucker for any time to segue that perfectly. I'm a sucker for any time somebody can bring a personal cause to the racetrack and race. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we're watching Zach Woods there, he's trying to run down that number 11 car. It's number 11 in front of him. And here comes a double nickel looking to make a move on Greg Wood Jr. He's to the inside there. Door handle coming down through the triangle. They both don't cut the dog leg. Tyler Bentley going to lose that momentum though. Bentley going to cool the tires off, give it one more shot. Meanwhile, back behind this battle, here comes Ricky Gonzalez and Zach Woods. They're closing in on this front row battle here.
Yeah, that last time by, they were both considerably quicker than the two drivers in front of them. Gonzalez, you find a little bit of speed here in the midpoint of this run. We've got 17 laps complete. Is probably about a third of the way on fuel. We had a 75% fuel limit here. Yes, and these guys can probably go a 50, a three-stopper potentially.
Oh yeah, all day long. And well, Ryan White has essentially put it on the hauler, like you said, Cole Martin. So those two drivers will make it to the beer stand first.
Patrick McQuaid also going to find himself out of this race. Caleb Collins, Tim Henderson still in the pit lane trying to potentially get some more of that damage fixed, although might.
Yeah, it's a tough break for some of those drivers. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Greg Wood Jr. out to almost a half-second lead over Tyler Bentley. Tyler Bentley going to ride around there, see if he can't learn something from the 67 car. That he could possibly make a move here on lap 21 and maybe learn something for later on in the evening here.
Now, we've got a long way to go. We are just now 10% of the way through this race. The Marine Corps 65 100-lap event here in Phoenix.
One driver that we haven't spoke of lately there, that's the Mr. Excitement Matt Mettler in that number 51 car, who's up 7 spots from where he started. You know, joined us last week up in the booth. Not that he wanted to. He'd rather have been racing, but, you know, he still joined us. We had a great time.
Yeah, fantastic time. Always love to have Matt Mettler up in the booth.
Bentley looking to the inside of Greg Wood Jr. once again. He's almost to the back bumper. Going down the back straightaway, which used to be the front stretch. And Greg Wood Jr. going to shut the door. He's going to try to go high. This time through the quad oval and the dog leg. You know, I'm really surprised right now, Liam, because no one's really cutting that dog leg. Unless there's a rule against it in this league.
No, there's no rule. It just really upset the race.
Here we go again. Tyler Bentley looking back to the inside. They're almost, oh. So Tyler Bentley, Liam, I feel like is getting a way better exit off of turn 4. And Greg Wood Jr. is almost beating. Here we go. Door handle once again. He's to the back corner panel. Down the back straightaway. They're going to drag race down that flat back straightaway, and this might be the pass right here.
Might be. Looking to the inside. This is the longest he stayed side by side for the race lead. Sends it down into turns 1 and 2. But look at that run up on the top side for Wood. Up on the outside, trying to pinch that 55 down. Coming up off of turn 2. A little bit loose there for Tyler Bentley. He's going to have to fall back in line. And that just goes to show how tough it to complete a pass here. Especially if you were able to keep it on the outside.
I believe these guys are watching. This Tyler Bentley's going to try to figure out how to beat Greg Wood Jr. from the second position. Greg Wood Jr. did get out of the racing line earlier during that battle, which kind of allowed Bentley to close back in. But right now you got Ricky Gonzalez back there in third, just waiting to pounce. If either one of these two front runners make a mistake, as Tyler Bentley going to go back to the outside, he's going to go back to work on the 67 car once again. Ricky Gonzalez. Here comes Greg Wood Jr. and Noah Jackson. He has ran down the 60 car. He's looking to the inside of Zach Woods to get by and get that 4th position. Right now, Noah Jackson solidly in the top 5 here, up 2 spots from where he started. Run, Zach, run. Caleb Collins finally making it out on the pit road, or off the pit road, after receiving some earlier damage from that first lap wreck. And he's down a lot of laps. He's going to need a lot of cautions. So, you know, that's one of the few drivers in the field looking for a muffler man caution. Is going to be Caleb Collins, and even, I want to say Patrick McQuaid once he gets out there.
I believe Matt Metler is a guy looking for one. Peyton Holland looking for one as well. Well, this field getting a little bit thinner now. Not entirely sure that we're going to crash. Pretty big crash here to start this. Got a lot of big names. A lot of quick drivers such as Collins, Wade, White, Peyton Holland, Matt Davies.
Yeah, lap 31, 30 in the history books here of 200 scheduled to be ran. And I think Tyler Bentley may be plotting a different line or different strategies. He's just riding around in the second position with Greg Wood Jr. leading a whole lot of laps so far. And, you know, Liam Tyler Bentley's got to be learning something from that 67 car that might help him, you know, and then the outside line might start to come in pretty soon.
You got to believe that the longer we run, the more prominent that outside is going to be. But maybe, if anything, 55 is learning a bit about defense.
Greg Wood Jr. continues to lead here. And guess who made it in the 4th position? It's Noah Jackson. Noah Jackson finally got around Zach Woods. Zach Woods is barely hanging in the top 5 right now, as Noah Jackson's been bad fast all season long. Some nights he's put together a night, and then other nights he's just been tangled up into someone else's mess. But here he is running solidly in the top 5 and running down at number 11 car. He's got a lot of time to do it. And oh, there we go. We got another battle for the lead. It's going to be Greg Wood Jr. and Tyler Bentley. Tyler Bentley going to fall back in line as they make me look like a fool.
And the more these guys do that, the more that's going to allow that 11, that 87 to back into their back bumpers. No, Tyler Bentley wants to take away this race lead. If he's going to do it, he's got to try to get it done quick. The closer that 11 gets, better the opportunity is going to be for him to try to take care of both of them in one go.
Liam, Johnny Williams, bless your sneeze in the booth. It's allergy season.
We got the stuff is starting to grow here in Minnesota. It kind of leads to allergy season and kind of get a little catch-22. Do I want to have the window open for fresh air and deal with the sneeze or two, or do apartment? My answer. Here.
Are you talking about?
Whoa! Big
pollen?
sideways there for Tyler Bentley. Sorry, Alan.
I think you were talking about pollen.
Yes.
The stuff that turns cars green.
Yep.
But anyways, back to this racing action right now. As Tyler Bentley almost losing ground a half second back from that 67 car, and here comes Noah Jackson closing in on the 11 car.
Top it off hot sauce. Topitoff.com. Topitoffsauce.com, rather. And again, we said it in the comments, but you go to topitoffsauce.com, official sponsor of the topitoffsauce.com racing family. You go there, order your stuff, and then type in promo code EOL50. A discount there. Tell you what, Alan, I love hot sauce. I love chicken. I'll put eggs, put it. I'd have to jump up onto that website and get myself an order. Jeff Kleinsma with a problem. Happened here to the 15 machine. Oh, man. Alan, that's kind of why you're not seeing a lot of drivers hit that dog leg. It can really upset the race car, that transition from banking to flat so quickly. That happened there to the 15. Fortunately, he made some inside wall contact. Got some left front damage to that thing. Eckwood Jr. has been able to pull out about half a second on Tyler Bentley, starting to move that gap in a different direction. Pretty consistent around that 2/10 range from the get-go. Bentley's starting to fall off a hair that last time by. About a 10th quicker.
Yeah, definitely. Just visiting the, speaking of our league sponsor, Top It Off Hot Sauce. I mean, look, for $10, you can get a bottle of hot sauce, everyday cayenne, tangy habanero, garlic reaper. I feel like that would be a hot sauce that you would go with.
Yeah.
Pineapple Ghost. So, I mean, and then you get 50% off of that.
That's like $1.50 bottle. Maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely go visit Top It Off Hot Sauce.
Bit of a battle here down the back straightaway. Adam Stewart, Zach Woods. Iva West Fuller also trying to get through as Matt Metler. Got a couple of laps down. He came in and made a pit stop on 37. Get those fenders pulled out a little bit more, get some fresh rubber on it for a different timing for the caution. But Zach Woods, since the drop of the green flag, has really been moving it in the wrong direction. It like that thing is not handling the way that it did in practice, the way that it did in qualifying. Looking around that race car, it doesn't seem to have a whole heck of a lot of damage to any. Just be a situation of using and abusing those tires. Got Dalton McKinney closing in on him in 8th place, trying to get 7th.
Yeah, that 60 car does not look happy right now. There's Dalton McKinney, though. Even Jeff Kleinsma closing in. Dalton McKinney slowly reeling in that 60 car, though. There's Jeff Kleinsma and the Mountain Dew Kickstarter car.
It's side by side now. Wes Fuller in that 35. These guys coming up off of turn number 2. Not quite able to get up in front. Wes Fuller, a big run up on the outside. Stewart let him go for now. Find another day. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. We are in this stage of this run. These guys are looking at their first green flag pit stop. Figuring out what it takes to fast across the course of 50 laps, 45.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's we were watching Adam Stewart go after that 35 car, Wes Fuller. Wes Fuller has the position. Adam Stewart wants it. And he's got to be careful there, Liam, because one wrong move and Adam Stewart's ready to pounce.
Ready to pounce. Noah Jackson looking up to the outside of Ricky Gonzalez. Trying to cut back down to the inside. Gets a nice run coming up off of 2. Is it going to be enough to get side by side? Better of looking to inside and try to let that 11 slide up in front of him, and he does. Up the racetrack goes Ricky Gonzalez. Noah Jackson trying to take away the 3rd position.
Oh, there we go. Door handle to door handle. Goodyear to Goodyear.
Big Sen gets it done there for Noah Jackson. Put him into 3rd place.
And then he made it stick and also.
Tyler Bentley still in 2nd. Jackson going to try to start closing in on this group. And that time by, he was about a tenth and a half quicker than your race leader. Almost 3/10 quicker than Bentley. 87 car is looking strong here in the later stages of first stanza.
Right now, there's Noah Jackson closing in on Tyler Bentley. When he gets to Tyler Bentley, Liam, he's going to want to make quick work of the double nickel. He is not looking to the inside. There you go. Now he's looking to the inside. That's the onboard camera of the 87 car of Noah Jackson. Lap 51 of 200. This race going by fairly relatively quickly. Only one caution flag so far. Only one muffler man caution, that is. And that came in lap 1.
Got one early caution, and the rest of this race has been clean and green. We've had battles all over the racetrack, but we're seeing some guys starting to come into the pits. Hayden Holland makes a pit stop. I think we saw Adam Stewart made a pit stop. Zach Woods. These drivers putting their bid in early to make it a 3-stopper. Here comes Jackson. Big move to the outside. All the way to the bottom goes Tyler Bentley.
Tyler Bentley's coming into the pit road.
He's coming into the pits. From 2nd place, Tyler Bentley.
And you said it was going to be a 50-lap run.
Zach Woods on those fresher tires going to be able to get to the inside of Noah Jackson, make quick work of him. Of course, it's not for position. Help Zach Woods on the long run make that pass so quick. Woods getting around Rego. Brett Buller, Jeff Kleinsma, the pits as well. 55 with a speeding penalty. Hagen coming into the pits. Got some damage on him. Showing a meatball. Did he blow a tire?
He might have.
Doesn't look like there's damage on that number 3 car.
No.
Might have blown a right front tire. That's what's going to be tough here, Alan. You guys are really struggling on tire wear. Or get a fuel here before lap 60. Puts
Yeah,
you
you
into a
definitely
box.
don't.
I don't know if anybody's going to try to make it. So you'd have to make it at least 10 more laps if you wanted to.
Right. Yeah, you're 100% correct on that one.
Times 2 puts you at about 132 laps. Final state. 760. Oh, that might be a tall order. Tyler Bentley just put down the fastest lap of the race. 5. Trying to recover from incredibly long pit stops. Back flat. Kenny. Getting shown with a meatball here. Potentially got a tire down as well. For the situation there with that 46. Get into the and green. Meanwhile, here's a pass for the lead. Greg Wood decides this is the perfect time to come in and pit. Peyton Holland, Matt Davies, Jeff Kleinsma, all right behind your new race leader, Noah Jackson. The first lap that somebody that is not Greg Wood Jr. is going to have led all day. Like Greg Wood may have had a flat tire coming in. Ricky Gonzalez has a flat tire coming into the pits. Guys are really pushing their tires to the limit. Noah Jackson came in under caution. That first lap caution might give him an opportunity to run a couple extra laps. And I can't say I'm too surprised about that. With how fast Noah Jackson was compared to everybody else as he was at the tail end of that run, chasing down your leader, chasing down Ricky Gonzalez. You had to believe he was saving his tires better than most anybody.
Yeah, exactly. As right now we're still focused on Noah Jackson, who's ran, 63 laps? But he came down on lap number 2, so he's able to save them tires and methodically work through the field.
He might have had some damage there in that initial crash, and to get that repaired. Been a long time in the pits, but like we've got more pit stops coming around. I believe the leader's coming in. Yes, he is. All the way to the bottom. Oh, pretty fast getting in there. He's got a flat tire now.
Yeah, I mean, what's with all these guys getting flat tires? I mean, maybe the tire that Goodyear brought to this racetrack.
Tell you what, Goodyear did exactly what they needed to do. Brought a tire that's going to wear down. They brought a tire that these guys have to be worried about over the course of 60 or so laps. It just makes it a little bit harder for these drivers if you want to retain the race lead. Got to make sure that right front tire stabilized. Rouse comes in and relinquishes the race lead. Chad Teasley take over. Another one of those drivers who came in on lap under that caution. He had a little bit of right front damage. Get taken care of. They got that fender pulled out most of the way. Push it back in right there, though. Noah Jackson. He's son of Teasley. Adam Stewart out here trying to take advantage of his early pit stop. The undercut put him in front of longtime race leader Greg Wood Jr. However, he is about a second per lap slower in the midst of a lot of lap traffic right now, both passing them and getting passed by. It looks like Bill Hagan, that 3, trying to get to the back bumper of the 4.
Yeah, Adam Stewart right now in the Welts clothing number 4 is trying to run down Tad Deasley in the 33 car. We are lap 67 right now, and he last pitted on lap 48. So it's still on those fresh tires right now. Tad Deasley pitted on lap 2. He's got to be thinking about it.
Davies back in the pits.
Ooh, does he have an incident? Looks like we got some Peyton Holland fans here in the chat.
Peyton Holland not having the race that he wants to. And got sideways for dropping the green flag. Dogleg got sideways, collected a couple of cars, ended up being a pretty sizable incident at this race. Holland has been playing catch up ever since, getting into the wall a couple times, trying to work that outside lane. No, with the right side damage on that thing, that car is not handling well. Might be driving a little angry as he keeps. Oh.
Car's still got a lot of damage, still a beat up ghost car.
Greg Wood tried to take the lead from Adam Stewart, wasn't quite able to accomplish it. Ricky Gonzalez right to the back bumper of Adam now, or of Greg now. To try to look to the inside, nothing quite doing there. We'll take a look at what happened just before this, but Greg trying to get around that 4. He knows he's quicker. He knows he's got fresher tires.
And
A
here
little bit of a bump there. Comes
Think
Woods
Greg
all
Wood-
the way down to the bottom.
Wow. And he's going to finally make that pass.
Gonzalez trying to follow him through. He is decisive with that move. Stewart actually had to open up the wheel a little bit. Avoid contact with the 11. Gonzalez said, all right, he got through. I'm not waiting. Adam Stewart in 3rd. Noah Jackson back in 4th. He's got 4 lap fresher tires than your race leader, though, and therefore is a few tenths quicker. We're going to go ahead and step aside here for a few moments, pay some bills, and right back with some more phenomenal action. You guys won't miss a thing here on Side by Side.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back live here, and as you saw on side by side, Wood was able to drive away from Ricky Gonzalez. Noah Jackson, however, was able to close in. Adam Stewart has lost about 5 seconds to the race lead. Still a net gain with that early pit stop for the 4 machine. In fourth, he's got Wes Fuller about 5 seconds behind him. Brett Bullard tried to close in on that 5th position, though. Christian Rose up 4 spots from where he started in the top 10 in 7th place. Dalton McKenney having a good recovery effort after a not ideal start. Tyler Bentley just barely on the lead lap. You see Greg Wood just behind him. I've gotta wonder if that 55 doesn't see the caution flag. His chances of winning this race be over as here comes Noah Jackson making a pass for 2nd place on Ricky Gonzalez.
It makes that pass cleanly and efficiently. I think Ricky Gonzalez is going to try to fight back here. But right now, Noah Jackson laser focused on Greg Wood Jr.
Phenomenal run here out of this 87 as Kleinsma gets up into the wall right in front of your race leader, goes down and out of the way. Right back up in front of Greg Wood. Up the racetrack into the wall. Jackson had to let off the throttle big time. Cut back down.
Here comes Greg Wood Jr. on the bottom. Noah Jackson looking to the outside. He's trying to catch that 67 car. Peyton Holland right there on the outside. He's a lap down, but that's going to force 87 car to make an evasive move and go to the inside, which doesn't hurt him there. Here he goes, turns the elbows to the back corner panel of that number 67 car. Noah Jackson closing in quickly on the 67 car of Greg Wood Jr.
Wood was able to play the defensive strategy very well early on. However, it was Noah Jackson made the move to the outside on the same lap that Wood decided to pit. I'm not sure if those events were related, as here comes Jackson right to the rear bumper. Looks like he almost made contact there. Wood got just a touch loose, but able to continue forward with no momentum loss whatsoever. Yeah, you gotta wonder if that decision to pit came because the 87 was passing him, or if it was planned already that he was gonna come in right there on that. Up top, trying to get the nose to the outside of that 67. He knows that if he can keep his nose out there, say nose one more time for good measure, that if he can keep that nose out there, got a good chance at pinching the 67 down, hitting that pass up on the outside. Greg Wood knows that. He's moving his entry up the racetrack so that Noah can't hit his bait to the outside. Now the 87 tries it once on the inside. Gonna get his door to about the wheel on the inside, cuts it down, gets to the door, but the outside gonna get momentum. Jackson gonna fall in line once again.
Definitely, here we go. Lap 87 of 200 here. Noah Jackson working on the 67 car, Greg Wood Jr. Greg Wood Jr. hasn't had a lot of friends this past week after Bristol.
We might have ruffled a couple feathers there at Kansas as well, so see how these guys race each other side by side. Noah Jackson dead even down the front stretch. Wood trying to close him in, trying to pinch him down. Not quite able to, and now he's going to try to cross him over coming up off of turn number 2. Goes all the way, or 4 rather, all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. But momentum in the favor. 87 Noah Jackson takes over the race lead decisively.
Definitely, as we are working lap 89, 88 laps in the history books, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Bentley, though, down 6 spots from where he started. He started third. He's currently 9th, and he's in danger of going a lap down to Noah Jackson.
Bentley came in early, been on 50, 11 lap pressure tires for for Noah Jackson. He's going to catch him. I don't know.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, Liam, is Noah Jackson starts to work through lap traffic. That's only going to allow Greg Wood Jr. to essentially catch back up and try to make that pass. Now, once Noah Jackson gets past Tyler Bentley, he's going to have smooth sailing, and he's going to have a car between him and the 67 car.
I think this a lot about what we for the remainder that if these guys are able to get a 1-5 chance that they make it to the end, that they have to make it that number. Only a couple of guys, in my opinion, I think are going to be able to do that. Maybe a Thad Keith, maybe Noah Jackson. He's a lap down already. Noah Jackson's already in the not the field. Could already be game over for like Adam Stewart, who came 8th on the top stretch.
Definitely lap 93. We're almost to the first century mark here on the race here. 200 laps, 265 miles in distance
I think
here.
it's a 5K. Something like that. And these guys like 265 is their 2-mile long track. It's 200 miles.
I'll go with that.
That's actually like 320. Either way, race names are made to sound cool. Marine Corps 265.
Okay.
Rose and Brett Bullard racing here. Side by side, getting into turns 1 and 2. Got the Bill Hagan. Oh, not for a position, that number 3, but definitely throwing a little bit, almost contact there down the front straightaway, but throwing a little bit of a wrench in the plans of these drivers who are trying to use the racetrack. Christian Rose is going to be able to get away with that pass. That's his sights on Wes Fuller. Less than 2 seconds up the road. Adam Stewart currently about 11 seconds off of the race. Fuller's able to close in to about 1.5 seconds at the game. However, you got to believe Stewart 5 laps away from making his second pit stop of the day. Been on lap number 48, and then between 98 and 102, got to put it right up to par. But that strategy, splitting this thing even, as we've got Brett Bullard with a problem.
Oh no.
He might have disconnected.
Well, you know, and here's the thing: it's a stormy night here in the lower Midwest and the Mississippi Valley. Is we are already got
something broke.
Oh. Okay.
That wheel just turned all the way to the left. Let's take another look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, something disconnected there entirely. Hear the engine go all the way up. You hear the, you saw the wheel max out. Engine went up, the clutch went in, and the brakes went to a complete lock. So definitely a good thing that car was able to stay off of the racetrack and not cause any bigger issues for anybody. But very, very tough break for Brett Bullard. Tyler Bentley has gone 1 lap down. Wood Jackson continues to lead right here around the halfway point. Lap 100. We'll have half of the race complete next time around. Wood Jr. getting around Tyler Bentley now. side of Adam Stewart. 5th place.
Tyler Bentley's on pit road right now because he's lost a lap. I don't know if that's a scheduled pit stop or an unscheduled pit stop.
I think it's got to be a scheduled one at this point. Came in, I believe, on lap 53. Right around lap 100. He's going to have the tires to get the lap back. Rick Bullard says his wheel disconnected. Mechanical failure. Takes the 12 machine out of this. Very unfortunate. Yeah, we rode on board with him, and you could see, like, he went out of the dog leg. He had his pedal to the metal, was about ready to shift up into 5th. Boom, all of a sudden, the wheel just maxes out, the clutch goes in, the brake goes down, the throttle goes on. Oh, be a helpless feeling there.
It definitely not a feeling that you want to have in the middle of a race.
Definitely. Adam Stewart comes out of the pit lane. Second round of green flag pit stops starting now. We're able to get around Zach Woods. His fresh tires. And a laps Adam Stewart can put down. Tyler Bentley comes into the pit lane and another black flag for the 55.
Oh no.
Exit. Holding on to the race lead here. 0.9 second. Dallas at out 0.6. And it's 14 seconds. Back to well, Brett, we appreciate you, jumping down in the chat. If you feel like it, want to talk with us for a little bit about your race, I'd jump up into the waiting room and get up in here, and we'll see how that 12 car was doing out here today. Jackson's continuing to increase his gap. However, Ricky Gonzalez is starting to put down some pretty quick lap times. A couple tenths quicker than both of the drivers in front of him that last time around. He's saved his tires enough. Got to make it 25 more laps if you want to make it on one more stop. But Jackson might be able to do it. Rose might be able to do it. That Teasley might be able to do it as well, but he's also lap down. He might be in the best position to do it. I'm in on lap 69. Only a couple lap difference, but guys are getting flat tires. Really can't keep driving on that. That's like an instant pit. You have to pit.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to. No.
Well, we have a moment. It's not a bad time to take you guys through the field. Noah Jackson leads this race. Considerable amount of time in this stanza. Currently having himself a phenomenal day as he continues the gap. Greg Wood Jr. had some early repairs to take care of, worked his way up through the field fairly quickly. one as he works around Zach Woods. Greg Wood Jr. started in first, still sitting second place. Got himself a pretty stout day, regardless. Had a lot of laps here early. 77 laps led so far. Ricky Gonzalez currently sits in third. He's up one from fourth from where he started. Hasn't quite seen the lead yet, but he has been close. He's 0.3 off of the race lead every single time these last 5 laps. At least been quicker by 1/100th of a second. Greg Wood Jr. comes into the pits. Go ahead and set that aside. We'll come back to the through the field for a little bit, but as one of our podium drivers comes into the pits, it's be interesting to see what happens here. It's lap 112. And on lap 60, this is 50 laps. Particular set of tires. Effectively abandoning the attempt to go stops. Not shocked. I'm not even sure Noah Jackson.
Yeah, probably not.
Might be a little bit easier on these tires with a little more rubber on the track now. A lot of marbles up on the top of the race track. It's going to happen when you run 108 laps, green flag consecutive. This is, gotta assume, Alan, the longest green flag runs of the year.
Yeah, actually it is. Wow. Now that you say that, we only had one caution on lap 2.
One caution on the dog leg right after. Well, let's actually take a look. Race recap. One caution for 3 laps. So it happened on lap 1. We went green on lap 4. Green for 111 completed laps at the game, and that just goes to show the patience drivers show behind the wheel. Be tough to run a race like this and not be around a bunch of guys. And I mean, we've still got 3-4 different guys with a chance of winning this. Got to be patient enough to let that play out. You can't put yourself in a bad position. You're gonna get the tire advantage at the end. Everything in the middle is. Gonzalez coming into the pits. Seconds back, gonna try to undercut Noah Jackson.
Yeah, I don't think that undercut works. Not at a track like this.
Depends on how long that 87.
That's true.
I think it's entirely possible that 87 guys make it on. Well, it will be a 3-stopper for. Did make the pit stop on lap.
Oh, it has to. Yeah,
That's some road course stuff right there. You know, you make the pit stop early. Battle here between Adam Gonzalez. Not so much of a battle. Ricky Gonzalez able to get around Adam Stewart. Next driver he's looking at is Thad T. Already one pit stop behind. Again, another spot where you have to stay patient. Can't do the same thing as the race leader.
I feel like as a race leader, you're constantly on defense.
But this Jackson, he's got a very set back right now. He's Try to keep his tires clean as long as he possibly can. Figure out what the risk of being to lap one. Comes Wes Fuller into the pits. Second place, Chris Gross. Take over second. Gonzalez closing in on big time.
Oh, here comes Ricky Gonzalez. Makes that pass on Teasley.
Very quick and easy work there. Comes Greg Wood Jr. to unlap himself. Noah Jackson. Really slowing down the pace here. Second and a half off of his fastest times. Tires underneath. Air in them. Don't let those words hit pound of this. Go out. That's good. Flat. That's good.
And then you got to get the thing all the way back to pit road.
Look at some of the fastest drivers on the track. Greg Wood, Ricky Gonzalez, Zach Woods. Here comes Noah Jackson into the pits on lap 124. Coming in behind him.
Pit stop's commencing right now. Noah Jackson's on pit road.
Christian Rose gonna take over the race lead. Came in on 5. Haven't seen coming in. Hear it on the side of caution. Not allowed tire situation. Catch up to them.
And there's your leader up 10 spots. Got lap 127. Right now we only have 6 cars on the lead lap.
Second lead. Greg Wood. Take it to that 130 with the mark. He's coming in this time. Couldn't make it any further. Up to back into the favor of Greg Wood Jr., your pole sitter. Gonzalez gonna take over second. Adam Stewart to take over third, but he's got Noah Jackson all over his rear bumper. Jackson moves up to the outside. Stewart gonna let him go.
I like that battle right there. And I like the smart racing here at lap 130 in the history. 128 in the history books. Liam.
Sure.
Here on May 16th, I believe, you have an event coming up. Why don't you tell us all about that?
Yeah, we've got the Old Glory 500 coming our way on Sim Racing Media. It's going to be a 500-mile race. Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the Indy cars. $100 prize winner. Saturday, May 16th, 2026. Fastest 33 drivers will start. It receives $100. Second place, 50. Third place, 25. Driver signups are live. Should have the link in the description. This is open to all of our leagues, all to anybody who wants to join. $5 entry fee to help increase that payout and help get more drivers back. Looking at some sponsors last week. Redline Racing. Jump on. Them. We'll adding to that payout and keep you guys updated on what it is, but we're looking forward to all of your smiling, beautiful face. Indianapolis. 1 month tomorrow. Well, 1 calendar month from tomorrow. 4 weeks from Saturday.
There we go. Nonetheless, that 67 Toyota of Greg Wood Jr., though, just absolutely on rails right now. He is almost 3.10 seconds ahead of Ricky Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is closing in, though. Gonzalez came in about 4 laps after Greg Wood Jr. did. Got those fresher tires. That gap sitting around 3 seconds right now. And Ricky Gonzalez can kind of head on his shoulders here, keep those tires underneath him, have himself a really good chance at the end of this. Make something happen, Greg Wood. Meanwhile, Noah Jackson came in at lap 125, got 3rd lap tires. Driver 9 lap pressure. Driver is second. Pretty aware that 87 machine is going to be closing in for the race lead. Well, we've had 1 caution, 1 muffler man yellow flag brought out here today. It's on the first lap, so nobody was a lap down. Haven't had the opportunity to bring up our Lucky Dog sponsor, welchclothing.com. Appreciate them jumping on and sponsoring the Lucky Dog Award. This stage, dude, I don't want to see another caution. I want these guys to run again. But I do feel a little bit for, Welch Clothing, man. Came out here to sponsor the Lucky Dog, and they didn't get it. Not yet, at least.
Exactly.
Because it changes in the coming laps. Got 62 remaining as the leader comes across the start-finish line the next time. Now sitting off of turn number 2, and start to put some more gap on Ricky Gonzalez.
Well, there's Ricky Gonzalez in the number 11 car, who is now 3.5 seconds down from Greg Wood Jr. Greg Wood Jr., like I said, caught some heat in the during the last couple weeks, and now he's just, the car's been on rails all night. It's been unstoppable.
Yeah, he really has been incredible. Here comes Jackson, though, looking down to the inside of Peyton Holland. That's not for position. Puts him within 1 second of Ricky Gonzalez for second place. Jackson on rails. We're expecting 1 more pit stop from all of these. To see if he's going to be able to gain those 4 seconds on the race leader. To try the short pit, see how long it works. Worked out for 25 laps for Ricky Gonzalez when it comes to racing Noah Jackson. Not much longer as Jackson's now within 2 car lengths, coming through turns 1 and 2. Another battle here with Wes Fuller and Dalton McKinney. updated on that here momentarily as closing in, but the closer you get, the less momentum you're able to get coming up off of these.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we're looking at Noah Jackson getting around Ricky Gonzalez. He is door handle to door handle, good year to good year.
Really good run there coming up off a 2. Big send, getting into 3 on the bottom. Decisive pass. Jackson. Gonna step aside one more time here. We'll give you side-by-side action. Right back with the finish here in Phoenix.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on
Clear.
iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Feather. Get like 10. Back live here. Wood Jr. still leads, but the gap is less than 1 second for Noah Jackson. 50 laps to go as we cross the start-finish line. Technically, the window's open. I would be shocked if anybody comes in this early. Anybody up in the group except for Adam Stewart. I got to imagine he's coming in soon. Last made a pit stop at lap 101. He's got West looking to time. Lap drivers, you'd have to assume he's going to be one of the first. And here he comes.
Now, he's the first to pit last, right?
Is he going to be close enough to the front to take advantage? Right now, it's a 22 second gap. Already, well, now it's going to be about a lap. Already after, down for the, you're roughly 4/5. About a fraction off of used in auto racing. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are, lap 153. And Liam, you asked about the weather here in St. Louis. As well, no tornado warning yet for your boy, but that's getting ready to expire anyways. But it's gonna be rainy. But right now, Craig Wood Jr. has Noah Jackson raining down on him as he's battling that 67 car for the lead. And now you got Greg Wood Jr. and Noah Jackson getting ready to catch the back of the field. Greg Wood Jr. is going to have some decisions to make once he gets to those cars that are ahead of him.
Noah got a good run there coming up off of turn number 4. Where's he going to go getting into 1 and 2? He looks down to the bottom. The advantage is going to be in the favor of the 67. At least it looks like it as Jackson gets a great center, cuts back down to the bottom, and Wood is not able to pinch him down the way that he wants to. Greg Wood, it was vital for him to try to keep that 87 back behind him as long as possible. He knew it wasn't going to last forever with a lap tire differential. However, it was important to keep him passing.
Keep him from passing him, and now he's lost. Now he's lost the lead. And he's getting ready to fall into the clutches of the number 11 car, Ricky Gonzalez. He was about 4 seconds back. These are all lap cars, not racing Greg Wood Jr. for position. Greg Wood Jr. trying to catch up to the 87 car. Tipping a cap to the 67 team. He's ran a masterful race all night long.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal drive from Greg Wood Jr., obviously fastest in the qualifying session. Noah Jackson has really had day 2 number here in Phoenix. Inside of the top 10, a little bit of contact in that Peyton Holland did him to the back after that in caution. He's been clean and green ever since then. Does not let that slow him down. One phenomenal job here in the race. Got about a second over Greg Wood Jr. and Greg, second place, doing a really good job of managing that gap. Not letting Jackson get too far ahead. They're in front. That 7 gets the less effective cut is going to be, and I truly age in the game. Want to beat the 87, you're going to have to undercut him. Getting to this final pit stop, though, 87 has a choice. Come into the pits as he sees you come in, or hears you jump on the radio to come together. Then it'll be a little bit more gamesmanship when it comes to the pit stop. All the more reason that Greg Wood Jr. has to make sure he is within about that 1 to 2 second range. Noah Jackson, they're in the final stages. Last stanza, the last act.
There you go. I can't wait to see how it all plays out here as we have roughly 40 laps left to go here in this one. We work our way to lap 200.
Oh, man.
Greg
Wood,
Jr.
last second call to come into the pits, almost gets run into by Dalton McKinney. Wood gets it down to pit speed. He's going to be the first of your top 3 to pit last. What does Noah Jackson do in response? What does Ricky Gonzalez do in response? About 5 seconds back. I'm thinking if I'm the 87, there's not a lot of benefit paying out extra long here.
No, there's not.
Denny looking to the outside of Jackson. That's only going to slow down his lap time. Is up about 75% of the racetrack coming off of turn 4. And Alan, no, I say it every week, and it probably, with these next-gen cars, really got to be able to use all of this racetrack. You know, if you want to keep your momentum up, which is so important in these race cars, got to be able to get up next to the wall, get down and hit your apex, everything in between. Got somebody up on your outside that causes you to lift, and then this momentum-based style of racing hurts you so much down the straightaway.
Yeah, it does. And right now, Noah Jackson's migrating to about the middle of the top. He's 2 lanes off the bottom. And here comes Peyton Holland right behind him in that number 18 car. He's trying to unlap himself.
Peyton at this point, numerous laps down, trying to get at least one of them back. Up the racetrack goes Jackson. Almost a sketchy block there as Holland now moves down to the inside, makes a quick and easy pass on that 87, gets one of his laps back. Again, looking at these lap times, we're looking at Greg Wood. He just ran his fastest lap of the race, 27:19. That is 1.4 seconds quicker than Noah Jackson's last lap. We'll take a look this time around. Last lap of 28:76. But Greg Wood does cross the start-finish line. Ran another 27:19. That time over a second and a half quicker. Undercut is going to work in the favor of Greg Wood in the sense that he will have the race lead when Noah Jackson comes out of the pits. Question is, Noah have fresh enough tires, this limited amount of laps at the end to make it back to back bumper past 7?
The answer is we don't know yet. Probably, I don't know. I mean, I think the sands of the hourglass are going to run out for Ricky Gonzalez and definitely Greg Wood Jr. We only have 2 cars in the lead lap right now.
Thinking if you're Ricky at this point, got to make that pit stop sooner rather than later. You really don't want to find yourself in a position where leader makes his last stop before you do, and then you're unable to play catch up. Take a look all around the racetrack, and you can see battles everywhere. Phenomenal racing here in the final 32 laps. Nix?
At least it's a dry heat.
So they say. You don't even notice when you're sweating, though. Sweat comes out, it evaporates right away. You feel like you're still dry. You feel like you're still good, and then all of a sudden, hydrated and wrong colors come out.
Yeah, you don't want that color to come out of you.
Noah Jackson into the pits. From the race lead, he's giving himself 31 laps. Trying to close in on Greg Wood. Greg Wood gave himself 8 laps. Try to build a gap on car number 87. Ricky Gonzalez comes into the pits this time around, and that's kind of what I was talking about there, Alan. You want to try to come in before that Noah Jackson machine, gain some time back. Now you've really got to rely on the speed of your race car if you want to try to close in on the drivers that are going to be in front of you. Jackson back up off of the pit lane. About a half a lap difference between him and Greg Wood Jr. Imagine it's going to be about a half a second in the advantage of Noah Jackson for at least his first 10 or so laps on tires. Maybe more of an advantage as Greg Wood continues to tires. 30 laps to go, coming to 29 to go this time. And I wouldn't be too shocked if we saw that Noah Jackson was the quickest car on the racetrack when he crosses the start-finish line this next time. Christian Rose into the pits from second place. 14 machine getting a full service done here with less than 30 laps go. We'll take a look at what Noah Jackson's lap time was this time around. Blazing fast, his fastest of the race, a 27:13, about a half a second quicker than Greg Wood Jr. Holds on to about a 10.5-second lead. Now, my math is mathing. Half a second per lap. Got 27 to go in a 10-second gap. About 7 to go. We're going to see 87 and the 7 very close proximity.
I'll take that. I don't think the sands of the hourglass are gonna run out for Noah Jackson. He's still on the lead lap. We still got 4 cars on the lead lap. Ricky Gonzalez now 2 laps down.
A big slide there for Noah. That's going to hurt his lap time a little bit. Not so much. Still a 27:12. Might heat up that right rear tire, but with how he has been on his tires all day, I feel like he can afford to get a little bit of extra on the shortest run of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we got 26 laps to go. He's going to drive that thing like a hacked off teenager.
Time by a 27:39. 9 seconds is the advantage, as now Greg Wood Jr. got passed by Wes Fuller. He's going to get passed by Ricky Gonzalez, both drivers on fresher tires. That is not the way that you want lap traffic to go if you're trying to retain a lead in the late stages of a race. You want to try to pass those guys, keep them behind you. Impossible here for this 67 machine now, as that last time around, he ran a 28:24. He was getting past. Terrible lap in comparison to Noah Jackson, who gets right up next to the fence, closing in on Matt Davies.
25 laps left to go here in this one.
Jackson tags the wall a little bit. He'll pulls 8/10 out of the lead of Greg Wood Jr. 24 laps to go. 7.1 seconds is the gap between first and second.
Yeah, Greg Wood Jr., like I said, I've said it all night, and I'll say it again. That car has been on rails all race long. And he just made all the right moves all night long, but, I mean, still got 25 left to go. And you can see that interval between Greg Wood and Noah Jackson just continue to get smaller and smaller.
5 drivers on the lead lap. West got himself back onto the lap. Look at lap times this time around, and a gaggle of cars right in front of Noah Jackson. This could be beneficial for your race leader, Greg Wood Jr. However, 7/10 still cut out of the lead that last time by. But Jackson doing what he needs to do as he works through this traffic, getting into some dirty air. Tyler Bentley goes wide. Noah Jackson gets down to the bottom. Greg Wood not so great that time around. Noah Jackson, within 6 seconds of the race lead, goes all the way to the bottom, trying to take away track position. Now he's out inside of Caleb Collins. Collins, of course, numerous laps down, got involved with that early incident. Been able to make up a ton of position by just sticking with it. Got around Cole Martin, Ryan White, Patrick McQuaid, Tim Henderson, and Brett Bullard. A lot of those guys were involved in the same incident as he was, so in that sense, he didn't have to go out and make a lap. He did more than that. He went out and made over 150. He was able to get around Brett Bullard. He's got Matt Davies, the next car in line. That's still 13 laps in front of him, but right next to each other on the racetrack. Almost a 3-wide moment here for these guys.
Yeah, that Busch Light machine. Here he is, a couple laps down. And Tyler Bentley goes to the inside. We got 19 laps left to go in this one.
Almost looking at 3-wide there. Davies hitting. Oh, Holland used as a pick. Up into the wall they both go. Back up to the front, Greg Wood Jr. leads the race. Second place, Noah Jackson, and no cars separate them. Here comes Greg Wood to the inside. Bill Hagan. Now one car separating them, and Kleinsma gets up into the wall just in front of your race leader. 4 seconds is the gap, 18 laps to go. Starting to stabilize a little bit more back to that half a second range, but math is gonna math. Action. Still have time to get there. Should have plenty of time. We'll be able to get there with 10 laps in it.
Yeah.
Hope for a little bit of help from some lapped cars, some lap traffic. Slow down that 87. It's now 3.3 laps to go. Gap stabilizing even more. It's 0.4 of a second that time. If it can stabilize to a point of less than a quarter second per lap, I think the 67 might have a chance to hold on to this. 15 laps to go. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack all day, chasing you down. It'll be a tough ask. 3 seconds.
I think with 15 laps to go, you can see that interval just shrinking, not really stabilizing. Well, that time it did stabilize at 3 seconds. 3 seconds doesn't seem significant in your passenger car, but on the racetrack, that's, I'll say it again, it's an eternity.
You think about 3 seconds. You're on the highway, gas it up a little bit, gain 10 miles an hour, and those seconds shorten up, and you make a pass real quick. Oh, what happened here? Comes to auto racing. Wood Jr. a phenomenal lap this time. Noah Jackson not able to get around that 15. Not gonna have a prime exit here when he races the 3 coming up off of the corner. Virtually equal. Matter of fact, last time around, Greg Wood a little bit quicker. That's what he needs. That's what he needed. As they get around, he gets around Matt Mettler, putting another car in between him and second place Noah Jackson. Greg Wood Jr. trying to hold on home what could be quite an unexpected win.
Oh, right now, Greg Wood Jr. is gotta start running away with this one because, well, here comes Noah Jackson.
Matt Mettler came into the pits. So now there's nobody between Noah Jackson, the race leader, Greg Wood. Full tense in the favor of Jackson that time around.
Laps to go here. And now we got cloud cover. We got some overcast coming over the speedway. 10 laps to go. 10 laps left.
0.4 is the gap. Now Dalton McKinney, the next driver to go 1 lap down in front of your race leader. Tell you what, that's going to be a different challenge than any of the other lap traffic he's had to deal with. Dalton knows if a caution does come out in the final 10 laps here, he stays in front of your race leader. He's got a chance to pit, get fresh tires, and potentially try to win this race. He would restart no worse than 5th. However, if he gets passed by the race leader, caution comes out, he gets that free pass. He'll have to start at the tail of the field. Greg Wood desperately wants to get around that 46. He can feel the dirty air. Tell that Noah Jackson is starting to close in on him, and with 8 laps to go, 2 seconds is the gap. Adam Stewart fans will be pleased to know that he's currently sitting in the 3rd place. He's got Wes Fuller all up on his rear bumper. Wes gets a little bit sideways there coming up off of the corner. Guys battling super hard for the final podium spot. And Wes Fuller gets a little bit better of a corner, but Stewart strong on the exit.
Strong on the exit, 7 laps to go. And Noah Jackson is all but caught Greg Wood Jr. We're getting ready to set up for a whale of a battle here.
You're this 67, you just want to get around the 46. You can tell he's what's slowing you up. You've got to feel that in the race car. Going to be about a second and a half up the racetrack goes Dalton McKinney. And Greg Wood take advantage. He moves down to the inside. Can't use up all the racetrack that he wants, so that's going to be advantage to Noah. But Greg Wood gets that pass complete. 1.3 seconds getting into turn number 2, separating your top 2. Adam Stewart and Wes Fuller go side by side down the back straightaway. Little bit of contact for the final podium position. Wes Fuller going to get the advantage, but Stewart going to try to cut back low and take a nice run coming down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Adam Stewart there and Wes Fuller battling it out for the third and final podium spot here. Like 5 laps to go, 5 flanges in the air. Greg Wood Jr. and guess who's coming? The 87 car. Oh, Noah Jackson. He was at one point, Liam, 10 seconds behind your race leader, and now he's down to 1 second back.
4 laps to go. He's about 0.2 per lap quicker. We'll see what it looks like this time around. Now Noah's starting to try different things. Going down to the bottom to try to shorten the race distance. Trying to shorten the distance on the racetrack. That time by 0.3 cut out of the race lead. Could be enough. Going to be 3 laps to go at the start finish line. 0.9 of a second. The 87 can get around this 46 this time around. We might have a race on our hands. Start to close it in 0.75 of a second.
What a block!
Down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Noah's got to make that pass efficiently, and he does. He's got target on lock, and it's in the form of Greg Wood Jr. 3 laps to go, coming down for 2 laps to go. 2 more miles to decide it.
Can Greg Wood hold on? We'll take a look out of the back bumper here 2 more times around 0.5 second. Separating your top 2. Wes Fuller able to get away from 3rd place. He's got a 1.5 second gap back to Adam Stewart in 4th. The battle for the race win is on. Little bit of a run for Greg Wood Jr. coming up off of turn 4.
Greg Wood Jr. out there by 0.4 of a second as we come to the white flag. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Crawford. .3 of a second. Noah Jackson's got 1 more shot to do it. Can Greg Wood Jr. hold on? Noah
gets sideways coming up off of turn number 2, and that's going to do it. Greg Wood Jr. comes through turns 3 and 4, and he is going to take home the win here in Phoenix. Noah Jackson second. Wes Fuller still has to come around 0.75 of a lap to finish 3rd.
Are you kidding me?
What a phenomenal drive, not only for Greg Wood Jr. and Noah Jackson, Wes Fuller, but for everybody here in the EOL, topitoffsauce.com, EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series. A phenomenal job for everybody to get home with a 1 caution race. I mean, it was virtually caution-free with the exception of the first lap, but to watch Greg Wood Jr. burn it down. Touch delayed on it. Fantastic drive here. I mean, I'm so impressed with this league, with what these guys are able to put together. Saw incredible racing. We saw an incredible finish. Greg Wood Jr. gonna get the job done. Burn it down in.
Oh man. What a phenomenal race by Craig Wood Jr. Holy cow! Look, they had all of the makings of a great finish, and it was a great finish. But I thought I was internally rooting on Noah Jackson to catch him and have a side by side battle to the finish. But we'll take that one.
That was an incredible drive by Greg Wood. Incredible strategy. He did a phenomenal job to keep Noah Jackson close to him. And, well, we're going to get the opportunity to talk with our race winner. Here it is, Greg Wood. It's Liam and Allen up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, sir.
Well, man, I tell you what, we're hearing from you at the beginning of these things, but I can't tell you how excited I am to hear from you at the end. And you earned this one in the that last run with Noah chasing you down, able to keep close before that last pit stop, man. What was it like in the car today? I know you started up front, you led a lot of laps early, but lost the lead. Guess let's start with the beginning.
I mean, the beginning was just kind of trying to mind my P's and Q's there for a little while. I mean, this is by far my best track on the sim. So I knew if I could just keep a good pace, I'd be good. First stint was just more learning the car, learning the limits. Actually, the first pit stop, I got lucky because as soon as I hit the pit entry lane, I got a meatball for a right front flat. So I couldn't even have gone another lap if I wanted to. So that kind of helped me gauge the rest of the race. But the second pit stop, I learned, like, Noah pitted way after I did, and I learned how many laps it took him to catch me. So then I gauged my next pit stop off of that, and if it was any couple more laps, he would have got me. But right before my last pit stop, I was like, I'm going to let him pass me, and once he gets a second on me, I'm going to dive down pit road, and that's what I did, and it ended up working out.
You mentioned that flat tire deal, and we noticed a lot of drivers dealing with the same issue, popping up with a meatball flag on why turns flat tire. How did that feel in the car? Did you notice that meatball? Did it feel like, was it like a flat tire, or was it more like it was kind of cork?
Honestly, I don't know. You have to ask somebody else on that one because, like I said, I was good until I just hit pit entry, and I was going so slow it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, today Phoenix was unusually tight. I've never driven such a tight car at this track before. It was super tight. Had to back up the entrances or entries to the turns. I had changed the setup, jumped the brakes the whole way to the rear just to try to get. I'm used to loose entry at this track, and I just couldn't get it. But luckily, I figured out the setup just enough to get pole, and then just enough to hold off some very tough competition tonight.
What does it mean to take home the checkered flag? I know the last couple of weeks haven't gone the way one of them. What does it mean to rebound in this?
I mean, this season for me, my first season back in this league, it's been abysmal. It's been totally abysmal performance in my part. So it feels good. Definitely feels like where I should be. I'm usually probably a top 10 car week in, week out. I just end up making mistakes or getting caught up in somebody else's stuff. So I'm happy that it finally came together.
Awesome stuff, man. Before we let you go, who do you want to thank for such a strong run? What have you got for us? Coca-Cola 300.
First and foremost, all glory to God. None of this is possible without him. All my teammates over at TTR and SMR, we are a very tight-knit group, and we run very well together, teach each other. So thank you to those guys. Thanks for hosting the show and putting us on each and every week. Thanks to Hubka for allowing me to come back. We had a little bit of beef here a while back, but that's water under the bridge. As far as moving forward, the Coke 300, Charlotte, I'd say is not one of my best tracks for some reason. Not quite sure. It's not as technical as I like, so I would say top 10 to be on the safe side. But of course, we're going to go out there and try to win like we do every week, and hopefully the cards fall and I can pick up another one.
Awesome stuff, man. Congratulations on the win. And like I said, man, it's always great to hear you for these. Awesome to get it done after.
Thanks, sir.
Right now, we're gonna bring in second place Noah Jackson. Ellen,
Yeah,
him.
yeah, Liam, down here on pit road is Noah Jackson. Noah, what a drive to finish second. You were within, 4/10 of a 4/10 of a second, and then you got loose. Take it through the last lap and what more you could have needed to catch Greg Wood Jr.
Lap traffic to get out of the way whenever the lead lappers are battling for the win. But other than that, it was just really just dirty air played a very, very big factor.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, and it looked like you were gonna catch Greg Wood and then sail off to the sunset. What was that track like from your perspective?
It was really rubbered up, but you had to hit your marks literally every freaking lap. If you didn't, you was either going to be pushing up tight through the center, or you just wasn't going to have any speed off the corner. So you literally just had to be on your P's and Q's tonight.
Yeah, absolutely good stuff. Next, we could go to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the salute to the Shroops 300. What is the mindset of Noah Jackson next week as we get to Charlotte? Is this going to be like a dominating? We looking to dominate next week, or just kind of ride it out for the first 150 and then get after it after the last 150?
Pretty much just survive. I don't know if y'all know this, but next week is the only race of the season that is having stage breaks. So it's going to be the longest race of the season, so we're just going to have to go out there and just survive.
All right. Well, Noah, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank and who helps you get it done on that number 87 car?
Top it off sauce for one. Chevrolet, Hupkin Motorsports, Valvoline, Dude Wipes. Everybody just on this 87 team. We just got a bunch of momentum going on right now, and we just got to keep it up the rest of the season.
All right, Noah Jackson on pit road. Liam, back up to the booth to you.
Sure, before we let you go, Noah, I just want to say, love your paid scheme. Really good opportunity for an ad read.
Oh, thank you. That was from our man Trey Whitehead with Whitehead Speed Raps. If you need a rap, shoot him a message. He'll definitely make you a good one.
Awesome stuff. Congrats again. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Had to get that up in there because it was perfect. Got the website up and everything. Got flavors. But before we get too hungry, got Wes Fuller up in the booth. Wes, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do. How's it going?
We're doing great up here. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm stoked. I'm happy. It's either been I get wrecked out or I've had personal issues, and I don't think I've went green to green this whole season. And this is what can happen whenever I freaking go green. So
Yeah, man. I mean, you started it in 15th place. Let's start with the beginning. I mean, you had a pretty front row view to that first lap incident there, and out of the race.
freaking carnage. I wasn't for sure. I just wanted to stay. Well, the whole goal of the whole race was just to stay out of trouble and try not to overdo anything. Try not to put myself in a position to get wrecked or anything like that because it got old. But so I stayed. I went on the apron and I kind of started to see everybody get a little weird, and so I just stayed down there, and I just barely got through it. I was gassing it up trying to get around the wreck, and I just about got right reared. So I got lucky on that one. But yeah, that was a crazy wreck. I told the guys, I was like, dang, I just gained like 6 spots in that during that wreck, and like that's a good thing. Usually I'm in it.
But Wes, you talk about how you've had some struggles over the course of this year. It's been tough to get a race. What does it mean, and the team, not only finish a race, but I mean on a 195 lap green flag run, you worked your way up after that initial caution,
through the top 10 up in the podium on merit and strategy. What kind of confidence does that build?
I knew I could do this. It's just one of those things where you just keep getting wrecked, and like I'd go to green, but I'd have damage from somebody taking me out or somebody doing something stupid, and I get involved in it or whatever, and it definitely it makes it worthwhile to come back and do these races and knowing that I can do it if something stupid doesn't happen. And yeah, it sucks that Ricky sped on pit road. I think I would have been fourth. But I was just trying to stay on a it's kind of a weird strategy. Like soon as somebody would pit, I'd be like, okay, I got pit like 10 laps later or something like that. Just trying to keep myself relevant where we do have this long run. I do have the tires at the end to catch them. And that's a big thing is just I'm not the greatest at saving tire. And the fact that I pretty much ran down and passed and got up to third, uh, says a lot. It helps. Helps the confidence a lot, to be honest.
Awesome stuff. Put together a phenomenal watch. You had some good battles with Adam there.
I did.
And we're
I
looking
did, for
forward to
sure.
seeing what you can do next week at Charlotte. But before we let you go, who helps you get it done here on that number 35 machine? Ford Mustang looking strong.
All my boys at Titletown Racing and Spin Move Racing. Without them, I wouldn't be as I wouldn't be decent. They help each other. They help us or me. They help. We're all in this together. So yeah, it's all them boys at S the Spin Move and Titletown Racing. As always, Franklin Gutters and Roofing, Spotter PO, Tier 1 setup shops, Backyard Wine and Vine, Pest Busters, just everybody on this car. The wife for letting me do this and not complaining too much. Bailey Zimmerman, he's a cousin of mine, or second or third cousin. Going out and listen to his music. He's pretty cool. Yeah, just everything. There's a lot of people that's on these cars that I put on iRacing that I get a lot of support, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, mainly the Titletown Racing and Spin Move guys. They're the heart and soul of this for me, and kind of what keep me to staying here and keep me calm. And congratulations to a teammate and Greg Wood. That was awesome. I'm glad he won. That's pretty cool. Noah had a good ride. Um, just everybody that puts on this broadcast, you and put on broadcast, and everybody that puts on the league.
Awesome stuff. And I tell you what, you did awesome today. You put together a phenomenal race. We're pretty proud to see what Charlotte move.
I appreciate it. On to Charlotte. That's not a very good track for me, but this ain't either. I struggle here, and somehow I pulled out a third on my butt. So we'll go to Charlotte and take that momentum and see what we can do, and hopefully to get a couple spots better.
We heard a couple guys that finished in front of you say that Charlotte wasn't their favorite place either. We'll see what we've got next week. It's the longest race of the year, and
Looking forward to the heating pack after the Charlotte race. So that's going to be a long one. All right, thank you.
that's gonna about do it for us here on Sim Racing Media. A phenomenal race here. TopItOffSauce.com EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series. Green Core 265. Lack of a better term, it's lapped. Take a look at your results for the day. Greg Wood Jr. gets it done. Half a second. Noah Jackson, Wes Fuller in third. Adam Stewart home in fourth. Fifth place, Dalton McKenney. Gross in sixth. Salas at Teasley. Zach Woods. Bill Hagan. Next two rows or pages continue to scroll through on the bottom right of the page. Greg Wood Jr. won this race. Talked about our podium there at a Phoenix track that is 1 mile in length. Our hard charger of the day, Adam Stewart. Mission Welts Clothing Machine. 200 laps, 202.37 miles technically. 5 is Greg Wood Jr. led the most laps here today with 134. 10 different lead changes with different leaders. 1 caution, 3 laps. Fastest lap of the race and qualifying both went to Greg Wood Jr. Dominated beginning and the end of this race. That's going to be about all we got here on Sim Racing Media. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Enjoyed, guys, up here. Last, as always, we're going to finish off. Quit for Dale, like Biff. You guys walk through the life. Please don't play in traffic. Take it easy.